Between Jai Opetaia and David Benavidez, who is really ducking this fight? Now, both fighters are going back and forth on social media and also during a number of interviews that they've done recently. And Opetaia claiming that David Benavidez doesn't want to fight. And Benavidez is claiming that Opetaia doesn't want to fight. And both fighters' team have gotten involved as well. So look, this, in my opinion, is one of the biggest fights in boxing, if not the biggest fight in boxing right now. And it needs to happen. And I think all boxing fans want this fight to happen. But there are obstacles in the way that could stop this fight from happening. But the blame game, the finger pointing, I think is getting ridiculous. And somebody needs to sit these two teams together and get this fight on. But let's have a listen to what David Benavidez said, and then we can look at what Jai Opetaia also said recently about the potential fight between these two guys. So I'm going to flip my screen right now, and this is David Benavidez after he beat Zerdo Ramirez, and this is what he said about fighting Jai Opetaia. Have a listen to it.
I want to get your opinion on something. We've got a lot of fighters that have crossed another street into the Zuffa world, and in particular, Jai Opetaia. How important is it for you to get a chance to fight him without all the red tape in the way?
I mean, I think that's the biggest fight in the world, especially at this weight division. You know, and that's definitely a fight I want. Like I said, I'm not scared of nobody. This is Monstro's world. And if he wants to get that fight, we get that fight. I don't know why he went to Zuffa. We could have made this fight right after this one. You know, but now I don't know if he got stripped by the IBF or what it is. You know, I'm not gonna go over there and fight for a Zuffa title, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that would be a great fight to make in the future. And I mean, I respect Jai Opetaia a lot. He's a great fighter, and I think he has to come back over here to make these fights happen because, you know, we can't make no fights in Zuffa.
Look, David Benavidez have got some points to make. And he's got some points that are very valid in his position because Jai Opetaia, I think, in my opinion, has put himself in a situation where it's really difficult to make fights because Zuffa boxing are not willing to work with other fighters. Now, that does not mean that this fight cannot happen because it's all about money. If Zuffa boxing can put, you know, good money on the table, and, you know, David Benavidez's team can also put good money on the table, and the negotiation could go smoothly, then this fight could happen. So I do understand Benavidez saying that Jai has gone to Zuffa and is making the fight difficult to make. But I'm expecting someone like Benavidez to go, I want to fight this guy, and it doesn't matter if he's gone to Zuffa. We need to try and find a way to make this fight. But to claim that Jai Opetaia needs to come back to this side of the street in order for the fight to be made is just strange to me. It's just really strange because both fighters should want to fight each other. This is the fight that we all want to see. David Benavidez have moved up in weight. Jai Opetaia is waiting for a credible opponent. Jai Opetaia is waiting for a big fight. This is the time to make this fight happen. So look, David Benavidez, although he has a point about Jai going to Zuffa boxing, he's not doing himself any favors in saying that Jai needs to come back to this side of the street in order to make this fight because it seems as though he's ducking. It seems as though he's not willing to make the fight. And I don't think Benavidez is scared of anyone, but the willingness has to be there. So I am not overly surprised if Jai Opetaia and his team are thinking that Benavidez is ducking this fight. But let's have a look at what Jai Opetaia also said recently when he was asked about, you know, the potential fight between himself and David Benavidez. Have a listen to this.
David Benavidez, he got a good win against Zerdo Ramirez, who's someone you called out heavily. I know there was a little back and forth between you and David. Yeah, you're confident that potentially one day you could get that fight on?
Man, that fight's easy to make on our side. You know what I mean? I've been ready. I've been, you know, I've just hear excuses and you know, fucking this and that. You know, Buzz, reach out. How bad do you want to fight? How bad do you want to be undisputed cruiserweight? That's an easy fight to make. Yeah. You know, there's all these little excuses and stuff, but it is what it is, man. I think he's going to take a different path, and I think he's going to take a smarter path, to be honest.
Do you think he doesn't want the fight?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Why?
What do you think? Do you think he doesn't want the fight?
I don't know if my opinion is.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
For
do you
me,
think he doesn't want the fight?
For me as a fan, I'd love to see the fight.
Yeah, but do you think he doesn't want the fight?
I don't know. I think Benavidez is a fighter. You know, he's obviously jumped up in weights.
Well, why wouldn't he want to become undisputed?
Yeah.
You know, he's got both belts. I got 2 belts. Like, I got the Ring magazine. Like, why wouldn't he take the fight?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
But I guess your opinion, like.
I suppose you know he's got some big fights to make, and you know there's a lot of weight division if he can make it. Like, I see the business side of it. You know what I mean? It makes sense to do whatever he wants to do. So the ball's in his court.
Look, Jai Opetaia is not convinced that David Benavidez wants the fight. Jai is just not convinced. And as you can see there in that interview, he's questioning David Benavidez. Like, if you really want this fight, then let's make this fight happen. The truth is that David Benavidez has a lot of options on the table that he can take. He can move down in weight and fight some really good fighters down there. Or he can stay up in this weight and fight Jai Opetaia. And I think for David Benavidez, if the path is not clear, if it's not harder to make the fight, then he's going to jump to that opportunity and make that fight. The Bivol fight is there that he can make. And then if he wants to fight Jai Opetaia, then that fight is there to make. But for me, as I've said, Jai Opetaia versus David Benavidez is the fight that we all want to see. And Jai, as I said, he's not convinced that Benavidez wants to fight. And this is why I say there's a lot of finger pointing, there's a lot of blame going on here. Like, who is ducking each other? Is it David Benavidez thinking that Jai Opetaia has gone to Zuffa Boxing and therefore this fight is really difficult to make? Or is it Jai Opetaia that is thinking, I'm here? David does not seem like he wants this fight. Who is ducking each other? Guys, get in the comment section and let me know. But I must say this, right? I think Jai Opetaia is well deserved of an opportunity to fight big name fighter, absolutely, because I don't want to see Jai Opetaia fight a no name or someone that he's going to beat in 5 rounds or going to knock out in 8 rounds. Like, it doesn't help anyone. Like, Jai Opetaia fighting the likes of Brandon Glanton is great, right? He's a stable mate and it's a good fight for Jai Opetaia. But we want to see Jai in there with the bigger guys. We want to see him in there with the big names, the likes of David Benavidez. You know, that is one of the biggest fight, if not the biggest fight in boxing. So for these guys to be pointing fingers and blaming each other and calling each other and saying this one does not want it, that one does not want it, that is not good for boxing. They need to sit around the table and they need to make a decision and negotiate this fight and make it happen. Now, someone like Dana White, is he going to lower his pride and sit around the table and discuss and find a way on how to make this fight? Because I think it's very possible. As we have heard that recently, Conor Benn versus Ryan Garcia has been made. So that shows that it is possible that Zuffa Boxing can work with other promotional companies to make a fight happen. So this fight, they need to make it happen. And I don't think Jai Opetaia is scared of David Benavidez. And I don't think Benavidez is scared of Jai Opetaia. I just think that it's very difficult to make this fight because of where Jai Opetaia has found himself and where David Benavidez has found himself. And I know that both fighters, you know, are not scared of each other because fighters, guys, let's be honest, always want to fight each other. That is not the issue. The issue here is that promotional companies get involved and then we don't get to see these sort of fights. Like, these are the fights that we should see very often in boxing. But, you know, very often we don't see these fights because of promotion, because of politics, because of managers preferring their fighters to fight different fighters at certain moments in their career. So look, this fight needs to happen. They need to sit around the table. They need to negotiate. They need to have a conversation with each other. And, you know, I think it could happen in the US, somewhere in Las Vegas. I think it would be a big night. It would be a great night for boxing. And both fighters bring different sort of fan base to the table. You look at Jai Opetaia, he's got loyal fan base that follow him everywhere. They love him over there. He's Samoan, he's a fighting man. You know, he hits hard. He's a tremendous fighter. You look at David Benavidez, incredible fighter, incredible heart. You know, he stays in there. He can dig deep, he can box, he can fight. You know, this is a great fight. The matchup is fantastic. And it will be such a shame if this fight do not happen because of politics, because of this guy's on this side of the street, this guy's on that side of the street, and so we can't make the fight happen. Like, someone needs to get a grip of this, get these guys in one room and sort this fight out and make it happen once and for all for boxing. Because these guys, in my opinion, I think if they fight, they'll fight 2 times. I think this fight is going to be a fight where people are going to want a rematch because it's going to be so good that you want to see the second time. So look, this fight should happen, and I think it will be a great opportunity to see these guys fight, and it will be very good for boxing as well. So guys, get in the comment section. You've seen both interviews. Jai Opetaia claiming that David Benavidez does not want to fight, and David Benavidez claiming that Jai Opetaia is on the other side of the street and it's difficult to make those fights. Get in the comment section and let me know. Who do you think is right? Who's ducking who in this situation? Let me know in the comment section below.